Hello everyone. If you are waiting for your TCS NQT results, interview outcome, document verification mail, or offer letter, then this video is extremely important for you. Over the last few weeks, I have been receiving hundreds of messages from the candidates asking the same question: why are the TCS results are getting delayed? Some students interviewed in April are still waiting, while some candidates who interview much later have already received the update. So in today's video, we will discuss the latest trends, what is happening with the TCS hiring process, what different interview batches can expect, and what you should do while waiting for your results. Make sure you watch this video till the end because there is one important trend that every candidate should know about. Before discussing batch-wise updates, let's first understand why so many candidates are experiencing delays. Recently, the entire TCS hiring process has slowed down significantly compared to previous hiring cycles. Because of this slowdown, result declarations are not following a fixed pattern anymore. Some candidates are receiving updates quickly, while others are waiting for several weeks. Another important thing is that results are now heavily dependent on locations and hiring requirements. This means two candidates who give interviews on the same day can receive their results at completely different time. That is why many students are confused about whether they are selected, rejected, or still under consideration. As of now, the delay itself should not be treated as a final decision because multiple batches are still receiving updates gradually. Now, let's talk about the candidates who attended the interview between 1st April and 20th April. Between this, based on the updates received from multiple candidates, nearly 80% of the students' results for this period has already been released. This means a large portion of the candidates have either received their offer related communication or know their current status. However, there is still a group of people or candidates whose results are pending. For those pending candidates, the situation largely depends on their interview location. If most candidates from your location or interview center have already received offer letters and updates, then unfortunately the chances become lower for the remaining candidates. However, there are also some locations where results are delayed for almost everyone. In such cases, candidates should not lose hope because the delays may be affecting the entire center rather than the individual candidates. If your result is still pending, keep monitoring your TCS Next Step portal and a registered email regularly because updates may still arrive. One more thing many candidates are asking is how to identify rejection. Officially, TCS may send rejection email much later, sometimes after several months. In some cases, the batch status may eventually disappear from the portal. Until any official communication arrives, candidates should avoid assuming the final outcome. Now coming to the candidates who attended interview between April 20th and April 30th. According to the latest information, approximately 50% of the results for this batch have already been declared. A major round of shortlisting has already happened and many candidates have received updates. The positive part is that there is still a strong possibility of another wave of results. If we observe previous patterns, some batches received major updates and document verification email after a gap of around 40 days. Because of this trend, many candidates are expecting a second list for the April 20th and April 30th batch as well. So, if you belong to this group and haven't received any update yet, there is still a reasonable chance that more results will be announced in the coming days. Patience is very important for this batch because the hiring process is moving much slower than usual. Let's now discuss uh, candidates who attended interview between 1st May and 10th May. For this batch, only a small portion of results has been released so far. Based on the available updates, roughly 30 to 20 to 30% of the results have come out, while a large number of candidates are still waiting. Since their interview happened more recently compared to the April batch, it is expected that additional results will be released gradually over the next few weeks. Therefore, candidates from this batch should not panic if they have not received any communication yet. Many students from the same interview period are still in the waiting period. At this stage, patience and regular monitoring of email and TCS Next Step portal are the big best things candidates can do now. Now, let's discuss one of the most important observation reported by candidates recently. This is related to role downgrades. Many candidates who received their interview results within just a few days generally received offers matching the role they were originally considered for. For example, candidates expecting prime of often received prime or digital role, while digital candidates frequently receive digital offers itself. However, a different trend is being observed among candidates who are receiving their results after a long delay. According to the several candidates' reports, some students who expected digital offers are instead receiving ninja offers. In simple terms, delayed result declarations appears to have a higher possibility of role downgrades compared to early result declaration. This does not mean it will happen to everyone, but it is definitely a trend that many candidates have noticed recently. Because of this, candidates who are still waiting should keep realistic expectations and be prepared for the different roles outcomes. Now, I want to discuss something very important for 2024 and 2025 graduates. The next few months could be crucial for your career. Historically, whenever a new batch enters the hiring market, companies gradually reduces their focus on the older, fresher batches. Because of this, the upcoming 3 to 4 months may be one of the best opportunities to secure a job. Instead of depending entirely on one company or one result, use this period to improve your skills, strengthen your aptitude, preparation, practice coding regularly, work on projects, improve communication skill, and apply to as many opportunities as possible. The candidates who's still active during this period will have a much better chance of getting placed compared to those who simply wait for single results. Finally, let's talk about the 2026 batch. By July and August, most final year students will receive their mark sheets and become available for fresher hiring opportunities. Once that this is normal hiring cycle followed across the industry. As newer candidates enter into the market, companies start allocating more hiring resources towards them. That is why current graduates should make the most of the opportunities available right now rather than delaying their preparation. To summarize everything, most results for the April 1st to April 20th batch have already been released, while 20th April and April 30th candidates may still see another major wave of results. Candidates who interviewed in early May are still largely waiting for updates. At the same time, a noticeable trend of role downgrades is being observed in delayed result declarations. Most importantly, do not put your entire future on the single TCS result. Continue applying for other opportunities, keep upgrading your skills, and stay interview ready at all times. If you found this update helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends who are waiting for the TCS results. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the Gen Z Tech channel for latest updates. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.